Hey, what's up everyone? MKBHD here. Remember the Windows Phone? For a hot minute, it felt like Microsoft was onto something huge. A new phone with a slick design, cool features, and a familiar name. People were hyped. Could this be the next big thing? Could this be the iPhone killer? Everyone was talking about its potential. The tech world was buzzing with excitement. Could this be the third contender in a two-horse race? We were ready to find out. Let's rewind a bit. Before the Windows Phone, there was Windows Mobile. It wasn't exactly known for being user-friendly. It was clunky, confusing, not exactly a recipe for success. But then came 2010. Microsoft took a hard look in the mirror and said, "We need a fresh start, enter the Windows Phone." It was a complete overhaul, gone were the complicated menus and dated design. They went back to the drawing board and came up with something totally new. This wasn't just a refresh. It was a revolution. The first thing that grabbed your attention? The design? Windows Phone ditched the boring icons everyone else was using and went with something bold: live tiles. These weren't just static squares, they were dynamic, updating in real time with information. This was the Metro UI, and it was unlike anything else out there. Clean, colorful, and easy to navigate. It was a breath of fresh air. It was all about simplicity and functionality. Plus, it looked super sleek and modern. So, the stage was set. Windows Phone had style, it had innovation, but it had a massive uphill battle ahead. Why? Because the smartphone world was already dominated by two giants, Apple with their wildly popular iPhone, and Google with their open-source Android. These weren't just competitors, they were titans. They had a massive head start, tons of apps and millions of loyal users. Could Windows Phone really compete with these behemoths? It was a classic David versus Goliath story. Section 5, App Gap. Where are all the apps? This is where things get tricky for Windows Phone. See, in the smartphone world, it's not just about the hardware or even the operating system, it's about the apps. And this is where Windows Phone really struggled. The app ecosystem was a ghost town compared to the App Store and Google Play. Big name apps were slow to arrive and some never showed up at all. This was a deal breaker for a lot of people. Who wants a smartphone without their favorite apps? Section 6, Stumbles and Fumbles, Microsoft's missteps. To make matters worse, Microsoft made some missteps along the way. Their marketing wasn't as strong as it could have been. They were slow to update the platform, and they didn't do enough to attract developers to build apps for their platform. These weren't just small mistakes, they were critical errors. It's like they stumbled out of the gate just when they needed to be sprinting ahead. The competition was fierce, and Microsoft wasn't keeping up. Section 7, Nokia's last stand and the fall of Windows Phone. For a while, there was a glimmer of hope. Microsoft bought Nokia, hoping their hardware expertise could revive the platform. Nokia released some great Windows phones, but it wasn't enough. The app gap was still there. Developers weren't interested, and slowly it became clear that Windows Phone wasn't going to make it. By 2017, Microsoft officially stopped supporting the platform. The dream was over. Section 8, Lessons learned, what went wrong. So what happened? Why did Windows Phone fail? There are a few key takeaways. First, timing is everything. They were late to the smartphone party. Second, you need a strong app ecosystem. No apps, no users. It's that simple. Finally, you can't underestimate the competition. Apple and Google were giants, and they weren't going to give up their market share easily. It's a tough lesson to learn, but it's one that every tech company needs to remember. Section 9, the legacy of Windows Phone. Even though Windows Phone is gone, it left a mark on the tech world. It showed that there's always room for innovation. The live tiles were a genuinely fresh idea, and it reminded everyone that even giants like Microsoft can stumble and fall. So, next time you're scrolling through your phone, spare a thought for the Windows Phone. It might not have won the race, but it definitely left its mark on the smartphone world. And who knows, maybe some of its ideas will inspire the next big thing. Peace out.